Hello, and welcome to the third and final GBA game of Reverse Recruitment. I didn't think we'd do a whole trilogy, but here we are. Let's just get into it. So this one I'm going to put a link below in the description about where I found this patch. It was on Serena's Forest. And there was a version that had 3 times effective bonus for like archers. And I did, pretty sure I did get that one because it would be a lot more fun. So let's just get into it here and we'll see our lords. So I did mention, if you watch my FE6 playthrough, that we're going to be playing Lyn mode first, which means Athos here is going to be our lord. But we have some other lords. Heath will be replacing Hector, so another Wyvern Lord, punny. Just like Cormac back in Sacred Stones. And then we have Isadora, a Cavalier, which should be pretty cool. You don't normally see a female Cavalier aside from Amelia, so I'll be looking forward to using actually all 3 of these people. They're all kind of interesting, kind of different than what you normally find, but I'm going to go with Athos. I am going to play on hard mode. Someone did warn me that normal mode you get soft lock because there are tutorials that might mess it up. Like Sane, for instance, has to use a lance, so we're not going to get Sane right now. So we're just going to go in hard mode. Lyn normal mode is not really that fun to play. Okay, so for this, I'm actually going to delete Mark. No surprise there. And I'm going to put in a name that may be a little bit weird, if I can control the cursor. So in this game, Ninian and Nils are counted as 1 unit, and they're replaced by 1 character. I'm not going to say who that is yet, but because they're only replaced by 1 character, we're only going to be getting 1 of them. And that, according to the spreadsheet I saw, was going to be Nils. And of course he would join very late because Nils normally joins very early. So, effectively, Ninian will not be in this playthrough at all if I read the spreadsheet correctly. So, I'm going to just go ahead and make her the avatar this time since she won't be here. Ninian is Ice Affinity, and I looked those up. I think it's February and November. And I'm going to go with November because it's November as I'm recording this. And Ninian is female. So, yeah, I'll explain more about the Dancer reverse issue later when we get to Nils' actual recruitment or when he would normally join. So we'll go with that since I don't think she'll be appearing. And this chapter will title An Old Man from the Plains. I probably should have watched that. It might be kind of funny. So we have Athos the Archmage. I guess this is a made-up class for Athos, since he is normally, well, the go-to of this game. He can use dark magic. I did actually check this patch out a little bit before recording, and yeah, he can use dark magic, similar to how Leon could use staves and dark magic back when we met him in Sacred Stones. So, I already have a dark mage user, pretty cool, and then he has D rank, and he can actually use light magic too. Here's what it looks like. I actually don't know if Athos has growths. I'm actually going to look that up after I'm done recording this and probably just post it on the screen now or something. But I guess we'll find out when we fight Bot of the Beast. Someone did mention in the comments in FE6 if he even has growths, and I did mean to look that up before starting this, but here we are. We should be able to take him on easily because he only has an iron axe and Athos can 2 range. So let's just go ahead and get moving. One thing I like to do is normally in this, I like to put Lyn in the mountains because she dodges a bit better. Let me just make sure everything is good. Yeah, Lyn, I mean, you don't really have to put her in the mountains, but you can. So I'm just gonna park him here with a fire tome and we'll see how he does. It's pretty good combat window for our friend Athos here, the old man from the plains. By the way, we're also going to be playing more than 1 map for Lyn mode. I'm going to do like a couple at a time because Lyn mode's pretty well. There's really not much going on. This to be a whole episode seems a bit much. So yeah, Flux is a little weaker, so we'll just go with this. Yes, we definitely can because you can't hit us and you're not going to leave the throne. So we can just cheese them. Pretty good. I have heard this is hard. With Heath being Hector, and I know there's a lot of archers in his join map, I don't know how that's exactly going to go. I do know who Matthew will be. I did look that up for Hector. Oh, you actually missed. Wow. I did look that up for Hector mode because we'll most likely go to that one. Apparently this patch was playtested in Hector mode, so it is possible to defeat. But if we have a lot of trouble with it, then I might go Eliwood mode. No one ever does Eliwood mode either. Well, I guess we're going to find out. Unless I just copy-paste Lynn's growths onto him. Well, Lynn wouldn't get strength, that's for sure. Well, that was a good one, Athos. So we're just going to seize and meet our next two people, who, of course, won't be Sane and Kent. So yeah, kind of funny, Athos, but I don't know, maybe I'll show off some dialogue. So replacing, I believe Kent is Carla. So here she is. The problem with Carla is, well, we're going to be meeting another Miraidon pretty soon, and he will be a familiar face if you just watched my last playthrough, so he's probably going to get used again. I don't know if Carla will find much. I mean, I'll certainly use her here, but there is another one I want to use. But Carla, normally a very obscure character to get, but if you do like Carla, now is the time to use her. She's certainly joining early. And we have a healer just like, not Marcus, gosh, Yoder in FE6. We have a priest pretty early on, although he's unpromoted, but having a healer this early is really useful, as we saw in Sacred Stones. Here's what he looks like. No magic. That's actually really alarming because you are a healer. I actually can't remember what our next healer is going to be. I kind of like to leave a surprise. I did look at everyone's replacement, but yeah, I don't know when the next healer will be. I don't think neither of you can really reach this guy. And between these two, well, of course, since Legault's a healer, or Renault, I get those two confused all the time. It's gonna have to be Carla or Athos. I'd rather train Athos. I kind of do want to train all three of the lords in this run. I think that would be interesting. We could do a three-way support between them. I always usually do like to do the Hector Eliwood support anyway. I guess we can check out Carla. He may just go for Athos, as long as I don't let him attack Renault. That's gonna be a problem. Okay, you're just gonna go for him, that's fine. Yeah, I think it's gonna be an Athos sweep, maybe. Usually you can run this a little faster. This is a map where I think one of the, unskippable tutorials happens where you have to have Sane use the lance, or he wants to use the lance and you're not supposed to, but yeah, that's why I didn't play normal mode. But if anyone did want to check out how normal mode worked in this patch, if you do get soft lock, let us know how that goes. I have heard someone did comment, I think it was on one of the FE6 videos, that you can get locked. Because most people, I think, playing a Reverse Recruitment have played the original or the vanilla. So they probably would not go for the tutorial mode at all. I do like the use of the terrain in this map. He might be taking off like Corel, who knows? I don't think it'll be that good, but I'm certainly liking him now. He is definitely going to give some other mages some competition, which is actually bad because there is one mage I would like to use who joins normally late, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I think it's only been like 10 minutes. I think we'll definitely try and squeeze in Chapter 3 as well. What does Carla do? Not bad. I guess we can check out Myrmidon Carla. Oh, she's fur but not green. Just soften him up for Athos. Yes, the lone old man. Okay, I'll definitely take the skill since you missed before, Athos. pretty easy. I think we can go on to Chapter 3 and then maybe do 4 and 5 next time. That's when we'll get Will and Florina's replacements. I have to remember, I think I do know who they're going to be. So I think this one normally wants you to talk to these houses, but I really don't. Yeah, never a fan of talking to people. That's how it is in real life, too. So while we're on this chapter and waiting for these guys to approach us, I figured I'd try something a bit new on the channel. As a way to get people maybe more engaged if you like commenting, or if you just lurk and you want to comment something. I know sometimes when I watch other people, sometimes I don't really think of what I should struggle to think of something to say. So we're going to have like a daily, or a video-ly, if that's a word, question. Our first crit of the run. Good job, Athos. We're going to have a question every video, and I'd like to hear your answers. So for this video's question, because, well, it might be fitting for this chapter, this game, since it was the first in English. Who's your favorite lord and why? Carla, I'm going to put you here. My favorite lord is Marth. I know that seems very cliche, you're saying the first guy. But I just like Marth's personality. He's very caring. He looks out for his citizens and his soldiers. And I think there's a lot of leaders in the world who could learn a lot from Marth. He definitely puts people in front of his own desires, and I think that's a good characteristic for a leader. I would vote for Marth. If that were a thing, but this universe kind of just rolls by royalties, so I guess you can't really vote for Marth. But yeah, who's your favorite lord and why? You can just put a brief description. Or you can just say their name, you don't even have to put a paragraph. Okay, Athos does have to seize. I would like to kill that guy. I guess we can start breaking this wall. I don't think Renaud has done a single thing yet. I will leave him on just so we can see his sprite once, maybe once or twice, and then we can put him off. Like all the GBA games, the healing just seems so slow. I usually reserve it for people who do both, like Lillian in the last run. I hope we have enough fire tome. Yeah, Athos, you might make me want to bench the unit I was going to train as our mage. Can this guy reach? No, I'd rather get as much experience as I can out of this. Next one I think is the, yeah, we're going to get the Will and Florina map next. Interesting to see who those two will be. Might actually be, well, there's archers, but I don't recall there being any enemy flyers. I know there's archers because Florina does mention looking out for them. I really don't want Carla to get this. I mean, I could just go with the Iron Sword and wait. Guess they decided to up their game and put a scary mercenary here rather than a bandit. After FE6, I'm kind of a little terrified of mercenaries. Oh, Carla got hurt. I guess we can check out Renaud finally. Cool. Yeah, it should be enough for Athos. Oh, never mind. She gets it from her brother. Cool. Alright, let's see. Actually, I'm very curious to see what Athos is going to get here. Normally, of course, we get the Manicotti. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But Athos can't really use a sword. I guess I can give it to Carla, or maybe another sword Myrmidon guy who might make a good wielder of it. And then I we're gonna get the artwork of Lynn. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit awkward if we show off these artworks here. Let me just see. Drake Flame. Okay, that's different. Well, yeah. Alright, well that'll do it for this episode. Like I said, we'll do a few chapters of Lynn mode at a time before we get into the actual playthrough of Hector mode. If you have anything you'd like to pose as a question later on, let me know and I'll bring it up later. But I will see you for the next one.